Hey there, this is Ryan Walker, and I appreciate you checking in today. I'm going to share a little bit with you about my novel, Grand Haven. It's a 55,000 word LGBT plus romance fiction novel, and it takes place in Grand Haven, Michigan. So here's the pitch. Frank Everett built his idyllic life by his own rules. He has his own business, his dream house, and the love of his faithful partner, Les. When Frank's estranged father unexpectedly surfaces in Grand Haven, Frank is forced to face the unresolved issues of his past or face losing the life that he and Les have built together. Grand Haven is an LGBT plus story told against the landscape of the Michigan coast, and a house that is truly a little haven. So that's the pitch. If you're still listening, I'm going to give you a little bit more. So here's the synopsis. Grand Haven is the story of a guarded but dominant protagonist, Frank Everett. Frank grows up in a suburb of Detroit, but spends his summers in Grand Haven, Michigan, with his mother and Margot, his sister. Richard, Frank's father, stays back in Detroit at his job with General Motors each summer, and as Frank grows older, the two men become estranged. While in graduate school, Margot introduces Frank to Les, a handsome and reserved transgender man. Frank and Les fall in love, but things get complicated when unresolved issues from their past could jeopardize their future together. When Frank's mother suffers a debilitating stroke and Margot moves to the West Coast with her boyfriend, Frank leans into his relationship with Les and further from his family. Frank and Les start a business together. They buy the house in Grand Haven where Frank used to spend his summers. When Frank's father resurfaces in Grand Haven and Les becomes ill, Frank is forced to evaluate the things that matter the most to him. Similar books to Grand Haven are No One Can Pronounce My Name and The Perfume Burnt His Eyes. I would be remiss if I didn't mention the Pulitzer Prize winning book Les that actually inspired the name of the character Les, who's the love interest of Frank Everett in this book. So target audiences are, of course, LGBT plus audiences, audiences that are fans of literary fiction, romance fiction, of course, LGBT plus fiction. 28 to 48 years old is the sweet spot in this audience, and that's specific to the cultural references. For instance, the 2008 election and some of the films that are featured in the book. All of those cultural references are going to resonate with that 28 to 48 audience. So a little bit about me. I'm a member of the Miami Valley Writers Network. My poem, Providence, placed third in Sinclair College's National Annual Writing Contest in 2019. That poem, Providence, is also going to be featured in this year's Flight's Literary Journal, which is Sinclair College's annual literary publication. I really appreciate your time in listening today. If you want to get a hold of me, my email address is ryanstanhopewalker@gmail.com. It's a mouthful, but it's ryanstanhopewalker@gmail.com. You can also engage with me on social media. My Facebook account is ryan.wrote.it. Ryan wrote it, or ryan.wrote.it. And then my Instagram is ryan_wrote_it. Again, really appreciate your time in listening today, and I hope to hear from you soon.